Good morning everyone, it's Carla. I'm back as promised with my little second video describing the product that I found at Hobby Lobby that gave this beautiful finish to this baby doll's eyes right here. I was on there this morning showing you this completed little reborn that I did, and this is on my channel, and that's the name of it, Latest Reborn Blossom, using recycled parts. So there's her eyes. Now when I got her head, this doll from the thrift store, the eyes were scuffed up, but they were beautiful eyes, and I knew I was wanting to use this head, and so when I finally got her all finished painted and getting ready to put her together, I wanted to look for some kind of clear glaze that I could put on her eyes and shine them back up. So I will show you what that is. And this is what I found. I found this over in the craft paint section at my local Hobby Lobby. I found it last night. The price regular is $3.99. I usually use their 40% off coupon that you can either print off on your computer, or if you have a smartphone you can snap a picture of it and take it in and they'll take it off your phone. I don't have a smartphone, and I'm out of ink in my printer, so I just ran and I paid the full price, $3.99, for this 4-ounce tub, which will last like months and months and months because I use very little of it. But I could have saved myself $1.60 off of this, so it's a smart trick to use their 40% off coupon. And I'll show you a couple other things out there that you could use that for. I try to use those coupons for the higher priced items if I'm going to Hobby Lobby, and just save myself a few bucks there. So this is triple thick brilliant brush on gloss glaze by Deco Art, and the small print reads diamond non-yellowing clear finish, ideal for jewelry crafting, and it looks like a fired glaze finish. So if any of you've seen pottery work that comes out of a kiln and how crystal like the finish is on that, that's what this gives, and that is what made these eyes shine and pop again. So I just wanted to share that in case you have something. I'm thinking, as shiny as it is, it could also be used to you know, moisten the eyes, moisten the nose, moisten the ears, anywhere that you need. It probably even could be used to gloss the nails. I haven't done that on this one, but since it's got such a brilliant shine now, I'm thinking that you could do that. So I'm very, very pleased with this product, and I wanted to give everyone a heads up. When I find something really new or unique, I am more than willing to share it, because hey, we're all loving making and working on these little babies, and we need all the help we can get, and I am thrilled when I find something that works for somebody else and I can use it, and I hope that what I have found can help someone too. So there's that one. The second one is, I went in to Hobby Lobby excuse me, about a month ago, looking for a silicone type, you know, glue, adhesive, something I could seal, you know, baby bottle nipples with. And I didn't have the kind that I usually get. And my husband found this over in the wall that was opposite the craft paints. And it's where all their adhesive and glues are. And it's called Clear 9001 High Strength Adhesive. And it says it bonds to terracotta, ceramic, plastic, metal, glass, and it's waterproof. So it's good for sealing the inside of the bottles, which I've done, but I also used it to seal eyes inside of a doll, and also to place the magnet inside the head. So if you run out of your E6000, which you can use for some stuff, but you really don't use E6000 for the nipples, I don't believe. This is like a multi-purpose. This seals the nipples, and it also glues, like I said, eyes inside, magnets inside, And this one was also $3.99, so if you had the 40% off coupon and you were buying it, but you can only use one coupon a day, so on one item. But if this was the item you were getting, again, you'd save like $1.60. So I just thought that is a terrific one, and it's a good size tube. It's a 2-ounce tube, so it's pretty big right there, 9001. Now, a lot of people have watched my video that's about reborning your own dolls with air dry acrylic paint. And when I started doing it, I used a certain kind of matte varnish. But later, I found this one that I will never go back to the other one again. This one is amazing. Now this one is pricey. This size tub, 8 ounces, I paid $9.99 for it, but I used my coupon, so I got it on sale. But it is by Americana Decor, and it's called Ultra Matte Varnish. And this one is specifically for use with acrylic paints. So it says interior, exterior, superior quality, dries clear, used with Americana Decor. They're talking about chalky kind of paints or cream wax paints. And it says to deliver an ultra matte, durable polyurethane finish, may also be used as a top coat over any acrylic paint. And that is what I use for my final finish on the doll. That's what I used on her. And she is totally matte. And the trick is, if you don't want any kind of skin texture, if you just want a smooth finish on your doll, then dilute this in some distilled water and pounce it on. So you're doing it a very thin coat, and you might want 2 coats of that if you're going to do it that way. But if you want your skin to have texture, don't dilute this. Just use it out of the tub like it comes. I use it with a sea sponge and just pounce it, and then that leaves me a texture, and it dries totally matte. It's just perfect. So it's the best thing I've ever tried, and I know I've tried 2 things, and I might have tried 3, but this one is definitely the one that I would tell anybody to get. And like I said, that size is $9.99, but it would last, this one here will last 4 to 5 reborn dolls. I mean, total, all the vinyl pieces, sealing it, adding it to the paint if you need to, you know, if you're making your own little concoction to adhere it to the vinyl. And I'll talk about that here in a second. But $4 to $5 for a $10 tub. I mean, that's awesome. It's not a bad price at all. Let me set that right here. I can drop something. Okay. Now, since I've got you here, I thought I would touch base because I've had a lot of people ask questions about the folk art glass and tile medium. And I don't always have this on hand. When I do buy it, I try to buy 5 or 6 at a time. And it usually takes me about 3/4 of a bottle of this to do one doll. Now that is mixing it with all my paint colors, and you know, that's just how I do it. It was like I think I paid like, at the best price, I think I paid like $2.39 a bottle. I've paid up to $2.99 a bottle for it. You don't find this everywhere. It's not at Hobby Lobby. It's not at Walmart's, but I have found it at Joann's. I found it at Hancock Fabrics, but they're going out of business. I have found it at Michael's, and I found it online at plaidonline.com, at some office supply places. You just search do a Google search for folk art glass and tile medium, and it's in a 2-ounce little container, and it's by Plaid, okay? Now that's my preferred thing, and if I do that, then I'll put dime size drop of paint. Or if I'm going to mix colors, say I'm going to make a flesh tone of my own choosing, I might do 2 or 3 different colors to blend together. And once I know that that's the color that I want, then I will add a dime size of the glass and tile medium and thin it. Oh, and then a dime size of the all-purpose sealer right here. This is also at Hobby Lobby for $2.99 by Delta all-purpose sealer. And then I will thin it out with distilled water, which is what I keep in this container right here. Now, a lot of times though, I'm out of this. So when that happens, what I do is, okay, I've got my paint on my little palette, a dime size of paint. And once I know what I'm doing, I mean, if I'm only doing one color, it's one dime size of paint, and then I'll add these ingredients. So then I would use a dime size of Mod Podge, and I use it in matte. You know, that comes in matte or gloss, and I use it in matte. Then I would use a dime size of the sealer, and then I would use a dime size of the Ultra Matte varnish, and then I would thin it with the distilled water. So I'd have a paint, dime size, Mod Podge matte, dime size, all-purpose sealer, dime size, Americana Decor Ultra Matte varnish, dime size, and thin it to a transparent consistency with distilled water. And it will adhere to your vinyl. And once you put your final finish on with this, once you seal it with this, either 2 thin coats or one, you know, full strength coat, it's not going anywhere. It's a permanent thing to your paint on your vinyl. I have made probably 12 maybe dolls, reborn dolls, and the paint, I never had a problem with it flaking, peeling, coming off, or anything. And I let it dry between coats, meaning the paint is so thin when you do it this way that by the time you finish painting the head, and then paint an arm, paint another arm, paint a leg, paint another leg, it's already time and it already has dried, so you can start the next coat on the head again. This is so thin, and how it's done is so thin. And then another trick I do, I got little tiny containers from, like, well, hold on here. Let me grab one and show you what I was talking about. Okay. I went to Dollar Tree, and these are little tiny containers that people put their salad dressings or different things in. I actually, if I mix up a bunch of some kind of paint, and I've got my mediums all mixed in there and everything, and it's ready to use, I usually put an M on top, meaning it's already mixed, and then it's good to go. Like, this is a dark brown for like the hair, what I did on this baby, and this one is a light brown for what I did for the eyebrows and the eyelashes. But I put them in this, and they stay sealed very well, and I don't have to remix the dark paint. I don't have to remix the brown paint. I have one for the whitish nail tips. I have one for flesh tone, because I usually try to make more flesh tone than I'm actually going to use, in case, as I'm going through the layers of paint, I get to a place where, oh, it's too red, or oh, I need to tone that down a bit. I can do another flesh layer, and it's already mixed up for me, so I don't have to make more of it. And it's just this acrylic, air dry acrylic paint, and this is folk art. This is Americana, this is Apple Barrel, this is Martha Stewart. Any of these kinds of paints that are very economical. I mean, they're, you know, 88 cents at Walmart for the, I think, the Apple Barrel, and up to what, $1.29, $1.39 for the folk art. And it's just really economical way to paint your reborn doll. And I'm hearing more and more people have contacted me, and some have made their own dolls. Like it used to be Ink Twin 9, now it's Eliza's Dolls. And she's made her own doll, painted it, and she's used the air dry acrylic paints this way, and she's had great success. And different people have had this, and I'm just saying it's a very economical way to try and make a beautiful doll. And I've only had good luck with painting with this. And there are no fumes. You're not using odorless thinners. You're not using an oven, which, you know, can interfere with the vinyl, besides releasing, you know, vinyl fumes into the air. Just all kinds of things. And I get migraines, and I cannot afford to have fumes and such be in my environment any more than are just normally there. I mean, the older I get, the harder that is for me. And this air dry acrylic is just perfect. No scent, no smell, no anything. It's just great. And I wanted to share that with you. So that is another little trick too, to buy these little seal tight containers from Dollar Tree. I think you get 4 to a pack, so 4 for $1. And get a few packs of those and have them on hand to mix up your paints. And like I said, if you can find the glass and tile medium, try to grab it while you can, because every place does not sell it. But if you can't find it, don't get discouraged. That doesn't mean you can't reborn your doll. It just means you got to be a little creative and do it a little, you know, find other ways to make it work for you. And these ways have all worked for me. So I hope that this has helped. And like I said, this is my latest new little find, and I'm very proud of. And I will leave you with a view of her pretty blue eyes and show you just how shiny that glaze fixed these scuffed up, scratched up, thrifted doll eyes. Okay, everyone, I hope this helped. If you got any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. I love to help. Okay?